everyone. I'm Lynn, and here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today.
He's just passing his little poo there. It's coming. It looks like we have a lamb. But you know the difference in Lynn's job and my job? I actually dipped my zipper. Look. It's the glove, honey. It's the glove. They want something that's warm after having a lamb.
So if you were here, it wouldn't take much guessing to know what was going on this afternoon. So let's get started.
Come on. Hey, Mom, don't do that. Hey. Okay. So it's 2:30 in the morning. And I just, he's just passing his, as you can see it there, he's just passing his first little poo. I just fed these lambs. Hey, buddy, I'll dash you a little bit. Show everybody what we got here. So 2 little lambs. We have a little. Actually, we have 2 females. He's just passing his little poo there. It's coming. Now that lamb is doing it on his own. I just fed him. And he's, it's a little bit dirty. Oh, this one's actually going to do it too. This one's just passing his first little poo too. That's a good sign. They're doing it on their own. So they're in the pen with the new feeder. Because all the other pens are filled up. So now we're actually starting to fill them up along the walls. So she's the first timer. Not a monster ewe, just a nice size ewe. 2 nice little lambs. And she has lots of milk, like an incredible amount of milk. So she's loving them. And there's not much more I can do. It's not too bad. The pen's nice and dry. Hey, Mom, that's not for you. So, gave her a fresh pail of water. And they got some new hay in the feeder. So there's not much more I can do. So I'm going to feed a few bottle babies while I'm here. It's 2:30 in the morning. And I'm going to check if anybody else is in labor. In other words, I'm going to go back and crawl back on the couch and get some rest. So, that's what happened so far. She had them on her own too, so I didn't interfere. I just came to the barn. Actually, when I left the house, across the barnyard, I could hear a sheep crying, and it was her, and she already had the 2 lambs. So I just got her out of the big pen and got her in a private pen, and now she can do a bonding thing and calm down, which she has calmed down a lot right now. And that's that's my part, and we'll move on from there in the morning. So everything's fine now. I'm gonna just shut the lights off a little bit. I'm gonna take a break. And last night we had a pair of twins right there. Yesterday evening we had a pair of twin Suffolks, twin Dorsets. I didn't turn the light on, sorry about the lighting. I don't want to upset all the sheep. Another pair of twins. A single and a single. Another single from Hannibal. Pair of twins. Pair of twins. Hey, you guys. Doing pretty good. A single right there asleep. And a single. And I just had a pair of twins right here. Oh, don't step on your baby. Where's the other lamb? Right there. So I'm gonna get out of here. I just fed the bottle babies. They're quiet. I didn't feed them. I didn't feed the bottle babies a pile of milk. I just fed 2 bottles, enough to give them a little bit of a snack, a little snack, and they'll have a real good meal in the morning. So when they get a little older, maybe I'll start feeding a little more. But right now, 2 bottles was good enough amongst all of them, and it's just for a couple hours, and then I'll be up. So that's it. I'm gonna head out for a few minutes, for a few hours, and come back.
Hey buddies, you hungry? Who wants a bottle holder? Who want a bottle holder for a change? Surely one of you does. Come on, make way or I can't come through. Come on. Come on. If you do that, you don't get any because the food's not out there. Everything in the barn is built about 2 inches too tall for me. Here you go, buddy. Try that. Let's see how many of you can be smart enough to figure this out. Okay? Come on. Here. Come on. How about you try? You try. So I managed to get about 3 of them will take the bottle off the holder. But you would think that a bottle is a bottle, but really, for them, even me just holding the bottle is more comfort than drinking it off the holder. So it takes time. As I come into the coveralls, there's a little sunbeam coming in here. And if you look, the lambs are all lying down in the sunbeam.
So just had lunch. And I had a sheep that might have been forming a little labor before lunch. So it's been about 45 minutes. We're going to see what happened. So, yeah, the daylight's kind of ruining my picture. So, she was back here. These sheep are all pregnant. And it looks like we have a lamb. Hey, Bobby. So, yeah, this sheep here, sees this sheep hasn't had her lamb on the left side. She's got quite the other underneath her, but she's loving this girl's lamb. I'm thinking that's a single lamb, but I'll check that when I'm in the jug. But anyway, she had it on her own. I didn't have to bother with it. And I'll tell Lynn that I delivered the lamb. Because I can't keep telling her that I just come to the barn and they're born on their own. I gotta make it look like that I'm doing my part. So Lynn, I see this morning, hey girls. I see this morning Lynn had a big discussion about her housework. Mom, come on, move on. But you know the difference in Lynn's job and my job? I have to deliver lambs. And Lynn, all she has to do is cook meals. But Lynn has a cookbook. I don't have a lambing book. That's the difference.
I was just editing the video and I had to do a little pause there to make a little correction because we don't want to publish incorrect information. Neither of us have an instruction book on how to cook or how to do lambing. The difference between me working in the house and him working in the barn is that I work in the barn and I work in the house, and he only works in the barn. Okay, let's continue with the video.
But we won't tell Lynn about that because that probably won't go over real well. But this lamb was born on his own. Lynn doesn't know that. Well, actually, she probably will if she's going to look at this film. Anyway, I'm going to have to get this lamb in the jug. And I'll see what happens if she has another lamb. I'm thinking she does not have another lamb. But that can fool me. There she is. Okay. Just brought her in, and she's looking pretty hungry. Hey girl, why don't we just have a little patience here. And we're going to do the feeding thing again. So, see if he likes he likes the holes. He's just going to take it right down. There you go. The quicker I can fill this up. He's extremely hungry, which is a good sign. 1 syringe. Hey Mom, you just gonna help me keep her nice and calm there for me? I don't know if this ewe's a first timer, but she's definitely not an old ewe. But I can look at her tag for a second. That's 2.5 syringes. And that's a good meal for that lamb. That gives him a whole hour to figure out where Mom is. So that's done. We'll just reach over and see if she has a little bit of milk. And she has lots of milk. And we're just going to dip this little lamb for a second. So, my little pill bottle. So I just lay this towel on my legs to keep my leg pants from hitting the leg. And I get the lamb to face in the right direction. And I just give it a little dip here. Didn't go there. There we go. That's a bigger than normal lamb. It tells me she probably only has a single. Another male. So Mom, we'll just set him like this, and everybody can look at him for a second. This lamb's from Hannibal again. So now we're going to do the nasty thing. Oh, I actually dipped my zipper. Look. And now we're going to do the nasty thing. I'm going to see if she has another lamb. Because I can't leave the barn if I think she's going to have another lamb, which is not likely. Yeah, it's the glove, honey. It's the glove. I do is I just grab that little back foot there on the opposite side, the rear foot, pull it out, and I'm just going to hold her nose, and without too much fuss, she'll just lay down. And when she lays down, if there is a lamb, that lamb will kind of be pushing right towards the entrance, and I can feel it, and I won't have to go in very far to check. So sometimes this works really well, and sometimes it doesn't. So bear with me. Hey girl, there you go. Oh, there she is. Now lay down, lay down. No, that's it. Oh, come on. She does not have another lamb. Sorry, Mom. Here you go. Sorry about that. Hey? So, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but it's a good insurance. So, but she's not upset about it. So, I'm thinking she has an, let me check your head. Oh, so she has a red tag. So I think she's had lambs once or twice before. Well, at least once for sure only one lamb before. Maybe this might be her third lambing. I'm not sure. I think red tags are from last year. But one good lamb, I'm happy with that. No problem with that. No problem with that. Like some people will say, if you don't get 2 or 3 lambs, how can you justify it? Well, if I'm that much in a pinch that I can't have a ewe that have single lambs, that that's not doable, then my line of profitability is quite small, probably shouldn't even be in it. But you can suck this up. That could be a killer ram, and somebody might fall in love with it, buy it off me, and it will pay. But anyways, I'm done. I'm going to give her a little bit of hay in that new feeder for a second, because she's empty, so she wants to refill herself, and I'm going to give her a pail of warm water. Because animals that give birth actually want to have water that's a little bit lukewarm or not ice cold. When we used to have cows would have a calf, and some cows actually drank 9 pails of warm water before they quit. 9 pails of warm water. They want something that's warm after having a lamb or a calf. So, Mom, don't step on the little lad. High risk here. There you go. and the lamb's from Hannibal. I think I said that. So, the 2 lambs that were born this morning. They're right up. I'm just going to shut this down. Give her a pail of warm water. And go back and tell Lynn the news. So see all these Dorsets here? There's that one right there in the center is not a purebred. It's got a little bit of Rito in it, you can tell. But all these are purebreds. And when you look at all these, this is what I always liked about when we had dairy cows. We had meetings, and we'd have about 20 cows set out, and you had to judge the cows at the meetings. So you were judging for the correct cow. And all these Dorsets, but one Dorset here has a perfect head. And which one do you think it is? I can point it out, but that would ruin the whole thing. So I'm going to show you, look at all these Dorset heads. Which Dorset has a perfect head? And it's definitely not that spotted one at the manger. That one right there is got, with the little pointed ears, has got a Rito in it, But I'll tell you right now which Dorset here has the perfect head. That one right there. Right there. That's a little bit more open, but that's probably the most perfect Dorset head right there. Good broad muzzle. Actually, this one here is probably got to be second, right there. Broad muzzle. But look at the wool in the cheeks, wool in the banks, ears pointed a little bit upwards. That one is the Dorset head that a Dorset should have. So I do miss that. When we used to have barn meetings, you would get a piece of paper and they would have like 12 or 20 cows numbered in the barn. And you could walk up to the cows and you could judge. They gave you about 20 things to judge in each cow. And you could judge the cows to which one was the best cow. And then there was a government classifier there, or somebody with high standards that knew everything about cows. And that person would go at the end of the day and there'd be a champion of somebody that got first prize that judged which cow was perfect. And that would be a great tool for the sheep industry, I think, to be in, to do that kind of stuff. But you really have to know what you're talking about. I mean, I went to Richmond Fair, and I'm showing my Dorsets, and the judge is going, the Dorset should have a longer neck. Well, Dorsets are not supposed to have a long neck, or too fleshy. Well, I guess the too fleshy part could be right. I mean, they could be a little bit overweight, maybe. But even overweight doesn't really change the conformation. It just means I overfed it. I mean, you just say, okay, you shouldn't do that, Arnie, but it doesn't change the animal. But the next thing was a little bit unbelievable. But he was judging the sheep that day. Yeah, that was a turn off in my eyes. But anyways, it is what it is. Everybody has their own opinions, eh? Land's having a little snore. And there's my new guy. He's not up yet, but he'll get up shortly. She's still licking him off. Everything's great. And these two lambs were born this morning. They're looking really sharp.
So if you were here, it wouldn't take much guessing to know what was going on this afternoon by the smell here. But we told you yesterday that those little Dorset ewes are going to be leaving their high-rise apartment today and going into the bottom level, and that's what Arnie's doing. The manure pack was really high in here, and it was so high because these are the bars that are spaced too far apart, and there's a lot of hay wastage, which has been okay because we can use it as bedding, but it means you have to clean the pens out more. So in the summer, those bars will be readjusted so that they're the proper width, and we won't have to do this all the time. But the sheep will be happy to be eating at neck level again. I'm here to feed bottles, and it looks like Buddy's come as well. Buddy. For now, you guys are in your temporary home right now. My goodness, you guys have been doing a lot of moving lately. Yeah, did you like it? You're gonna have a new home soon. It's gonna be much better, I swear. Hi, Scotty. How you doing? Are you hungry? I'll get your food too. This is the one that just had her lamb. I'm gonna get her recorded now and see who she is. And we know her daddy's Hannibal, but we want to know who the ewe is. The lamb looks like he's on his way to nursing. So all's good here. Okay, we're here to give Maisie her bottle. And she's smart. She knows what time it is. She's already here. Hi, Maisie. How you doing? Good girl. Look at that box.
Is the box popular?
Yeah, there's the ones over here are wondering where their super box is.
Well, I want to make a new box, but all I have is 3/4 inch plywood. The box can be pretty heavy, you realize. Unless I buy 1/2 inch plywood.
Well, you've already got a box in the other barn. Couldn't you just bring that box over and put a ramp on it like this?
No, that box is
Not that little one. The bigger one that I sit on.
Sure. She's not very hungry.
And we just read this ewe. And this is her third lambing. Her first lamb was a single boy. Last year she had twin boys. And this year she has another single boy. Really bad that they're all boys because she's beautiful and so are her lambs.
That's what happens.
Well, look at the beautiful face. She's beautiful, Suffolk.
Look at all those fuse in the wall.
So, I'm back in the house. It's jerk chicken and rice for dinner tonight. But the reason I'm in the house is I wanted to show you a little gift from Tamra Chase, who you all know. Some people call her Tammy, some people call her Tamra. She answers to both. But she made us a beautiful table runner, and I just wanted to show you that. Got it all out on the table, and she put some sheep on it, and it's all quilted, a beautiful runner. And it's got our motto, live simply. Remember, we always say, keep it simple. So thank you very much for that, Tamara. It's just beautiful. Obviously, she's put a lot of effort into this, and yeah, I really appreciate that, especially since I know what she's been going through lately. So thank you very much. And thank you to all of you guys for keep following along with us every day. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope you'll join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.